Chicago has finally found a crime it wants to prosecute.
Over on the south side, people showed up to push back against the Walgreens closing.
The doors are set to close next month, leaving thousands without nearby access to life-saving medication.
Everybody say Walgreens do right by us.
Walgreens do right by us.
Community members, leaders, and families rallied, saying the loss of this Walgreens at 86th and Cottage Grove won't just close a store, it will take away a critical lifeline. Green says the store is closing due to safety concerns, including theft and violence.
We're not here to beg Walgreens to stay. We are saying that their decision is the wrong decision. And in my opinion, it should be considered a first-degree corporate crime.
Turn its back on the south side of Chicago is absolutely inhumane.
It's time to start locking up executives. That is the only solution when you have these corrupt executives that are shutting down their stores just because they're not making enough profit. How dare you? Or at least that's what this woke alderman William Hall out in Chicago is saying. He wants to punish the stores. He wants to literally prosecute them for criminal activities for shutting down stores when they're not making enough money. This guy is nuts. This is what stupid people sound like, and somehow or another they actually convince people that know nothing about business and economics that this is somehow a good idea. You can't have stores that are overrun by crime, a idiotic mayor that perpetuates crime and says you can't lock up criminals and that locking up criminals is racist, and then expect businesses to prosper. But if losing the Chicago Bears wasn't enough, you have this now as well. Let's go ahead and react to this. By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Over on the south side, people showed up to push back against the Walgreens closing.
The doors are set to close next month, leaving thousands without nearby access to life-saving medication.
Everybody say Walgreens do right by us.
Walgreens do right by us.
Community members, leaders, and families rallied, saying the loss of this Walgreens at 86th and Cottage Grove won't just close a store, it will take away a critical lifeline.
We're not here to beg Walgreens to stay. We're saying that their
That's what it sounded like to me, but let's keep going.
decision is the wrong decision. And in my opinion, it should be considered a first-degree corporate crime. Because the amount of people that will be hurt by this, the amount of elders that will not have access to health care is evil.
If they started making it a crime, people don't understand the residual effects here. Imagine if you did make it a crime to close stores like this. Nobody would open stores like this because as soon as they want to close, you want to start suing them. So, of course, they're not going to make this a crime, dummy.
Green says the store is closing due to safety concerns, including theft and violence. But residents say that doesn't match what they see day to day.
The lie that they're telling us is it's a health or a loss prevention issue. When 12th and State Street had loss prevention, they redesigned. Again, this neighborhood is not broke.
The nearest pharmacy will soon be more than a mile away, a distance residents say is especially hard for seniors.
It has been a lifeline for many. It has been a place where seniors walk, sometimes slowly, sometimes with assistance, but with dignity, to pick up their medications that keep them alive. Not across town, not 2 bus rides away, right here in their community.
For families managing serious health conditions, consistency is critical.
29 years my husband has dealt with kidney issues. 2-time transplant. I donated the second one. Walgreens has been a staple in our lives where we come for medication. Being a transplant recipient, that means he's on lifelong medication. Something we don't have time to search for, to find out where can we get what he needs.
Over a year ago, Walgreens shuttered locations in Bronzeville, Little Village, South Chicago, and South Shore. Another specialty pharmacy is set to close on 71st Street in the coming weeks. Residents say this shows there's a pattern.
They closed 63rd and King Drive. They closed 63rd and Halsted. They closed 47 in Ashland. They closed 63rd and Kedzie.
To pick up
And who's running this place? Let's pause right there. Who is running this place? And I'm not talking about the Walgreens because they're trying to blame the Walgreens. Who's running the city and who's running the state? Mayor Brandon Johnson, Democrat. this freaking fatso JB Pritzker is running the state of Illinois. 2 Democrats.
You promised that crime would go down when it's not. Reports of crime is down, though, but not crime within itself. I just want to let everybody know that crime itself is not down.
How you gonna blame Republicans and white supremacy on this one? Oh, is it white people that run the Walgreens? Look, they should check and see who actually is running the Walgreens just to make sure it's not a black Democrat because it would be hilarious. That would make it that much more funny if it was a bunch of black folks at the top running this company and in this particular store, because then they wouldn't have any excuse. Then they would probably still turn around and blame it on Trump or something, because that's what stupid people do.
Prescriptions. It takes people 45 to an hour.
Prescriptions will be automatically transferred after the store closes June 4th to a location about 1.3 miles away on East 87th Street, and patients will be eligible for 90 days of free delivery, but not everyone has reliable transportation.
My aunt lives 4 blocks away from this Walgreens. She just recently got out the hospital to have emergency surgery. She doesn't have a vehicle. She doesn't have transportation. She doesn't have a way to get to the Walgreens on Stony Island unless I take off of work, because her child, her only child, lives in Michigan.
Didn't they just say that you get 90 days of free delivery? Like, okay.
So this place isn't just a store on this corner.
For some, the impact is personal and immediate.
I have a 76-and-a-half-year-old mother that had a lung transplant, and the medications that she take compromises her immune system, so she can't be around people. I'm holding a bag with medicine that my mother takes every single day for the rest of her life. Every pill bottle in here has a Walgreens cap on it.
A lost residents say goes beyond convenience and directly affects access to care.
I saw a Walgreens pharmacy, and my wife was like, "That's a small Walgreens." I said, "No, that's just a pharmacy. That's all we're asking for."
Walgreens says employees won't lose their jobs. They have been offered positions at other locations.
Guys, at a certain point, you got to call a spade and say that you got crummy leadership. They suck. Okay, I haven't seen clips of Mayor Brandon Johnson discussing this, but when are the people going to hold the Democrats accountable? They're the people who are supposed to make the good conditions necessary for businesses to prosper. They're supposed to make sure that the whole economy doesn't collapse. They're supposed to basically guide the economy. They can't fully control the economy, but they're supposed to tilt the scales to make sure that businesses can prosper, that jobs are created, not coming up with stupid government agencies and hiring people to work in government agencies using tax dollars. But they're supposed to make great conditions so that you have sports teams that stay, so that you have big businesses that stay, because big businesses hire lots of people. Where's the outrage at the politicians? Oh, we don't want to approach the politicians. We want to just blame Walgreens leadership for not making enough money. Obviously, if they made enough money, they would stay. Why would they quote loss prevention as the issue and that not be the issue? What do you mean? What you think they just don't like black people? They're just racist because it's Trump's America. They just decided that, you know what, F these black people. We don't want their money. We're just gonna go somewhere else. Like, what is this guy trying to say? Like, guys, at a certain point, it is what it is. It's one of those FAFOs, right? It's one of those F around and find out when you hire a bunch of incompetent leaders based off of skin color, based off political party affiliation and nothing else. Like when you say, I want to see somebody that looks like me, when you say that you want to see somebody that stands for your values, but then their only values they stand for is illegal aliens and LGBTQIA plus and men and women's sports and all of this ridiculous, stupid stuff. They don't like to lock up criminals and they want to sympathize with them all day and want to penalize and arrest people for defending their homes from armed robberies, and businesses defend themselves, and they want to lock the people up in the businesses who shoot at the criminals coming in, pointing a gun in their face and shooting at them. All of this ridiculous stuff. Here is what happens. I don't feel sorry for these people at all. Whatever issues you got, I'm not saying every single one of them voted Democrat, but I am just saying that probably 99.9% of these people voted Democrat. So you F around, you find out. These are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm out. Shout out to my members, patrons, and fellow anomalies, Cyber Noodle, 655, The Great, Bella Scott, Carpentier John, and Pinecone 6. I appreciate you guys every single day.
Next, they'll charge Walmart with aggravated relocation and Target with fleeing with intent to survive.